half drank. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, it's 7:30 on this Monday night. That means it's time to find out if you like it or not. I'm producer Chris, back from paternity leave. Thank you and shout out to everyone who held down the fort in my absence. I missed you guys. I'm glad to be back, but I miss baby Harper even more. Tonight, though, we're talking about a little bit of Las Vegas right here in the DMV. You may have seen that news. We're also talking about the College Football National Championship game. We're talking about sports gambling, the Netflix way of making movies. And if we have time, we're going to talk about whether it's okay, whether you like it or not, inviting exes to your wedding. We'll get to all of those stories and more. You guys don't care what I think about them, though. I care what you think. So let's talk about how you can join us live right here on Do You Like It or Not. We're streaming, as you know, a lot of different ways to do it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can leave some comments in the chat. We'll check those coming up here in just a little bit. If you're watching on the Fox Local app on your connected TV, that's one of our favorite ways to do it. You can make it a two-screen experience. And this plays into that Netflix story I talked about earlier. We'll get into that in just a little bit. However, grab your phone, scan the QR code up on the screen, and get your hot takes ready. That'll take you right to the Zoom room where you can join me live and weigh in on these stories. If you're watching on our website, fox5dc.com, or if you're watching Fox Local on your phone and you can't scan that QR code, we posted it in our Instagram profile. It's linked on mine. That's Fox 5 Producer Chris. It's also in our broadcast channel. Our broadcast channel's where we post a story a little early to try to get your reaction to it. We'll read those comments coming up here on the air in just a little bit. We're also streaming on TikTok Live, so hello to everyone who is swiping through and joining us there. We'll check in with all of our virtual co-hosts coming up here in just a minute. We'll also say hello to our in-studio one. We are standing by for the one and only media personality, Brittany Alexandra. She's just wrapping up on the 7 o'clock version. She should be making her way here any moment now. But in the meantime, we're going to get into our first story, and is the one I mentioned at the top of the show. A little bit of Las Vegas right here in the DMV. We are talking about the Sphere. Not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but the Sphere could be coming to National Harbor. Leaders in Prince George's County and the state of Maryland in talks to bring a smaller version of the iconic venue to Oxon Hill. This will be the first Sphere outside of Nevada. The renderings show the venue will be just on the hill behind the MGM Hotel and Casino. The renderings, which you're looking at, well, now we've moved on to the one out in Vegas, but this version of the Sphere would seat about 6,000. That's about a third of the size of the one out in Las Vegas. It would feature a massive interior LED screen, the highest resolution of its kind, immersive sound, 4D effects, a signature of the Sphere experience. The venue would also have the Exosphere display, what you're looking at right now, visible to visitors throughout the region, especially across the river over there in Old Town Alexandria. Construction would bring 2,500 jobs, an estimated 4,800 jobs year-round once the venue is open. So to talk about that, let's bring in our guest host, Brittany Alexandra, joining us.
First of all, hello, Dad. How are you?
Daddy's home. That's what I keep saying.
I love that earlier. Daddy's home. Literally, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
She's beautiful.
She is adorable.
But speaking of that, we will hope, because by the time it's done, she'll probably be like 5, maybe 4.
Crazy, right?
And you can take her over there because I'm super excited about all of this for sure.
So you like this idea?
I like this idea. I think that it's going to bring great economic growth to the area, more jobs. I think that we're going to get a lot of different, unique entertainment experiences and movies. So I'm here for it. And that area needs some love. I'm just saying.
Here's my question for you, though. If this is step one into a sort of Las Vegasification of parts of Prince George's County, do you like that?
I do, though. You know what I mean? Like, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? And I think that, nowadays Prince George's County is probably thinking about not 5 years, not 10 years, what does 20 years from now look like for that area? So for that reason, I think this is a good phase 1 or really phase 2 between, obviously the harbor and all that was built over in that area. I'm here for it, The question is, when will it actually arrive?
Yeah, right now, no timeline, no word when
which I think is annoying. Like, you're going to hype us up and then we're just going to have to sit here and wait for 6 years?
Exactly. I'm old enough to remember before National Harbor existed when there was talks about bringing like a Disney resort
I remember
there.
that.
Remember that? So
yes.
This has gone through some iterations in its day. And also, of course, you have to remember and keep in the back of your mind that Northwest Stadium obviously leaving since the Commanders are moving back to DC.
Six Flags.
And Six Flags already closed. So Prince George's County really looking for that next big thing to kind of make up for this major lack of revenue and tax dollars. Let's head into the Lion Zoom room. Allison joining us now live. Allison, good evening. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello, this is my first time talking to Chris the father. Hello, and congratulations.
That's right. Thank you very much. I don't feel very different. However, I do have to.
To be a dad because he didn't have to do the carrying.
Yeah, I kind of lucked out. I didn't have to do a lot of the hard stuff. But I will admit that my head and my heart are a couple miles away right now, as you can imagine, since I can't be there to say goodnight and wish her goodnight. But we did FaceTime earlier. So, Allison, thank you so much. Allison, do you like the idea of bringing a Sphere to Prince George's County?
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. It'll be more entertainment for families, different things to do. And anytime there's more jobs that can be created, a lot of times that helps crime go down as well.
Yep.
It might be a little bit of traffic, but we're always going to have that. But I think it'll be nice to have that.
Okay. Christina and Eddie in the Lion Zoom room tonight. Christina and Eddie, do you like the idea of bringing a Sphere, this sort of interactive venue, this iconic venue, to Prince George's County National Harbor?
Yes, but first, again, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Baby Harper, you and Molly, we're so excited for you. So we like this. I think anything that, gives you more opportunities to do different things in Maryland, I'm all for it, especially down there. That is a great location for it. It is another opportunity to have more tourist attractions and things to do. So yeah, I'm here for it.
I love it. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited to see kind of what they would project on the outside, sort of like what they do in Las Vegas, tied to different events. We saw Timothy Chalamet standing on top of it.
Which was so dope. I loved that.
I know, it was pretty cool. Melissa's in the Lion Zoom room. Melissa, welcome back, as always. Do you like the idea of having your own little taste of Las Vegas down the road in Oxon Hill?
No, hell no. No. And
And there's a reason why.
I want to hear it.
Why. First of all, congratulations on being a daddy.
Thank you very much.
Raising a girl takes a lot, so please make sure that you cherish all the moments, because once they fall in love, that is it. They forget about daddy, and that is it. So I'm just letting you know, forewarning you.
Something to look forward to.
He's like, I'm locking the house already. No boys.
That's right.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, so I used to teach Zumba and yoga down at in the harbor, and everything is so expensive. Parking alone starts at $20, $25, and it's like, okay, so how much are you gonna charge us for these tickets? Are there gonna be fees on top of fees on top of fees, plus the parking? And then on top of that, the restaurants are overrated. I remember one time where one of my students invited me to come out, and they charged me like $10 for a sweet tea. So I'm like, nah, more attractions. If you lower the fees and you lower the parking fees, then I'll be all for it. But as for now, more attractions over there costs more money. I'm not for it. Hell no.
You're right.
All right, we'll round things out with David. David, obviously, heading to Vegas would be a little bit of a shorter journey for you, but do you like this idea of bringing a Sphere here to Maryland and National Harbor?
First, congratulations on Harper. Fatherhood looks great on you.
Thank you very much.
You're doing well. You got to kind of watch out for producer Jim there. He made some moves like he's taking your job. So watch out for that.
I knew it was in good hands while I was gone. Don't worry.
I love it. I love this Sphere potentially coming to DC. I think it would be awesome to see. And I think National Harbor is a good spot. I might have been able to see it from my old place when I lived there, if they build it right. But man, I think it will be a good kind of balance between something new versus something old. The monuments and the skyline. I don't want to disrupt that.
True.
But if it's down at National Harbor, I think that could be really cool.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I think it would be great. Yeah, I mean, listen, you've seen some of the major acts that the Sphere has brought to Las Vegas, and it would be great to see some of that star power right here as well, especially some of those residencies.
Melissa, right? Like, everywhere you go, even in the airport, things are super expensive for sure. But, the Harbor's already, Bond 45's closing down. They're bringing in Ruxton's. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of F&B changes are going to happen around the area, too, that I think will complement the Sphere. So we'll see. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's probably going to cost for sure.
Oh,
but
no
that's
question.
good. It's going to keep the right people, the people that need to be there, and the people that don't need to be there, out and away from that area. I'm just saying.
Like I said, I'm really curious to see kind of what follows this announcement, because I do think this is just the first
beginning.
step.
The tip of the iceberg.
The tip of the iceberg, for sure. Coming up at 9 o'clock, at-large Councilmember Walla Blagay will join us live to talk a little bit more about this. Next up, let's talk about the National Championship College Football game. It's happening right now down in Miami. The 10-seed Hurricanes taking on the #1 ranked Indiana Hoosiers. Kickoff just minutes ago. That's a live look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Basically a home game for the U if you are rooting for them, like apparently Brittany is.
Yes.
We know one person who is not, and that is Marina Morocco as a Florida Gators fan. However, some fans frustrated with the Monday night action, and those fans are the students at each of those universities, because it turns out neither university canceled classes for their students tomorrow. Videos all over social media, people lining up for hours at local bars, especially in Indiana, looking for the best spot to watch all of the action. Brittany, business as usual on campus the next day, even if you become national champions. Do you like this or not?
Okay, I don't like it, but I'm kind of in the middle with this one, because I think that the compromise should be cancel morning classes, because when I went to Maryland, I can't remember what game it was, probably the Duke game. At the time, we were still in the ACC, right? And they canceled the morning classes because, I don't know, by the time 12 o'clock hits, that hangover is over for the most part. And you can make the 2 or 3 o'clock. At the end of the day, I don't like it, though, because I think, students are out, they're going to be celebrating or crying and drinking about it, whoever's going to lose the game tonight. So for that reason, come on, teachers, give it a little break for a second,
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I mean, it seems like a show of school spirit.
Right.
To say, listen,
Pittsburgh
everybody
even closed down the next day, and the Steelers lost, and they still had the day off.
Exactly. Chad's in the Lion Zoom room. Chad, do you like the idea of making students still show up for class the next morning, bright and early, even if they were up late celebrating that national championship, or traveling to Miami to watch it go down?
College, skip it. It's not mandatory. You're paying for it.
Yeah.
But Chris, now you're your father now. You have a built-in excuse. You have a legitimate excuse. Don't feel guilty about using your child as an excuse to get out of activities.
That's
because
true.
right now, if I wanted to take tomorrow off of work, I can't say I don't want to go. But if I said my kid is sick, everybody go, they'll bend over backwards to help me out, right?
That's
so
right.
you don't feel guilty about using your kid.
I've got that one in the back pocket. Don't you worry.
We can't wait to see how Michael Irvin reacts on the sideline. That's all we're in there for. But yeah,
This is
don't
true.
Go to school. It's college.
Don't
Do what you
go.
want.
Don't
That's
go to
true.
school. Jackie, aka Grandma, aka Nanny J, in the Lion Zoom room. First and foremost, thank you so much. My parents came down. They spent part of last week with us to help us
so
out,
cute.
taking care of us so we could take care of baby Harper.
I
Thank
love
you
it.
again so much.
Welcome.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much. We're thrilled.
She's beautiful.
Now, my mom, for those of you who don't know, worked at Villanova, and she worked
Okay.
there when they won a national championship, March Madness, NCAA action. Did they give you off the next day, Mom?
Yes, they did.
Okay, see, Villanova
well,
knew how to do it.
Exactly. We like that.
So
Absolutely.
you like the idea of them giving students the day off?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, if they're traveling, if they're celebrating, give them the day off. I mean, they give them days off for other things. So a national championship, yes, whether you win or lose,
Seems
give
like
them the day off.
seems like a valid reason. You heard it.
You got a
heard
good
it
mama.
straight from
I like
my
that.
mom. Melissa, do you like that? Do you agree with Jackie?
With you, whether it's a football game, a hockey game, a soccer game, give me the day off the next day. Please don't make me feel obligated. As somebody
Right.
who graduated college in 1997, I really, really wanted the day off, especially even though I don't root for any of these teams. However, I love college ball. And yeah, straight vodka, no rocks.
I
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah, you're gonna,
Thank you,
you're
because
gonna need a
I
little
mean,
bit
to
of
keep it real, we were skipping classes sometimes with days we don't even have games, right?
Exactly.
So I'm just saying.
Exactly. All right, we'll check the score of that game coming up here in just a little bit. Speaking of the big game, though, a lot of people may be throwing down some money on the action.
Yeah,
and just
this
a
is
heads
true.
up, if that's you, your kids might be watching, because actor Ben Affleck recently shared that his 13-year-old son hit him up asking for $100, and he wanted it to bet on sports.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Gambling experts say that this is not just unique to Hollywood superstars like Ben Affleck, despite the fact that the legal betting age in most states is either 18 or 21. They say for a lot of kids, it can seem like a form of fun or investing. However, it can quickly spiral into a serious problem. So, Brittany, letting kids throw down some parlays. I mean, if you watch games, every single segment is sponsored by FanDuel or DraftKings
And I
or something like
do
that.
love to put a little money down on a parlay. I can't lie, even though I need to learn better to do straights only. But you know, it's all about gambling is all about being responsible first and foremost, right? And a child who's under 18 at the end of the day, because I'm sure Ben Affleck's kid is under 18.
13.
Yeah, I mean, no. Like, I just think that's where things just get a little bit too crazy. 18 and over, it makes completely sense. Anything under, it just doesn't make sense. And what account is he going to use? Ben's count?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Apparently, a lot of the kids have found ways to circumnavigate some of those age restrictions, which, let's be serious, none of us can be shocked
And
these
it's
days
all like a chemical
that
thing
kids,
too.
Oh my God, yeah.
You
and
know,
it's
like
a
when
lot.
you win, like I just think the brain is not developed enough to understand, and the next thing you know, it can create some habits that might be tough to get out of.
Yeah,
just
and
saying.
a lot of these college students who are 18 and over are guilty of this as
that's
well,
true.
and they're losing
I can't
tens
imagine
of
when I was in
thousands
college.
of dollars. I don't know where the
Yes, I
money's
was about to
coming
say,
from.
well, we had sports. I mean, I wasn't a sports bettor, but now, wow, yeah,
Would have been
I would've-
trouble.
Yeah,
Would have
can't
been trouble.
lie.
David's in the Zoom room. David, you're a father. You have a young son. Obviously, he's not throwing down any bets just now.
Right.
But how do you kind
That
of
I know of. That I know of.
This is
that
true.
you know of? But I mean, how do you think this conversation will come about? Where if you're watching a game and it's constantly giving you sports lines and all sorts of money lines and things like that, like it seems kind of natural that kids might be curious and want to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is another one of those big life things. I hate gambling. Gambling is one of the worst vices that you can have. Can completely destroy your life.
Yeah.
So after having a long, if he showed interest, and even if he doesn't, at some point I'm gonna have the conversation with them about it. But I'm gonna discourage him about it. Tell him all the bad things about it. Tell him why people like it. And then I think in Ben Affleck's case, I don't know if I give him the $100 or something, but I want to be involved in his first betting experience, and like show
Yeah.
him what the deals are, and walk him through it and coach him, so I can also be advising him, hey, this is going to lead down a bad road. But I want you to experience it. And then, but one of the worst things that can happen in your first gambling experience is if you win.
Yeah.
If you win, and then you think, oh, this is an easy way to get rich. No. So I would discourage it as much as I could, but I would still try to introduce him to it and be part of his first experience, so I could coach him through all those things.
And get him to earn the money, so that if he does play, like let's say he's even placing a bet with Ben Affleck, right?
Yeah.
Then he'll realize what it means to lose something that he earned.
Lose your own money.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it hurts a lot more. And the house always wins. They say it, and it's true. The house always wins. Otherwise, those companies would not be in business. Guys, let's talk about admin night now. Have you seen this one on social media?
Not yet.
All right. It's a recent social media trend where a group of friends get together to tackle their real life crap.
Okay,
We're talking
I like
things like,
this.
instead of doom scrolling or procrastinating alone, people hang out to sort their bills, pay their bills, schedule appointments, respond to emails, other chores, the things that you really don't want to do. So you turn it into a social event with snacks, music, and most importantly, accountability. Each of you are holding each other accountable when it comes to these things. We posted about this on our broadcast channel. Kathleen says it's a great idea. It's about time we rebrand adulting tasks as fun. Christina says, I like it. You can hang out and cross things off your to-do list while motivating each other to get things done. And Leek Tunish says, needed and dope, especially those like me that attended art high school to college, still teaching myself. Brittany, do
Yeah,
you
I
like
love
the idea
this.
of getting a group of friends together
love
to kind of
this.
just handle those sort of mundane tasks that you really don't want to do?
Yeah, no, I think this is great. I think it's motivating. I think, they always say like you are, a makeup of your closest 3 friends or so forth. So I'm totally here for this for sure. I think there's what is wrong about this, right? You're only progressing. And even if you get one task done, that's one task more done than you would have did if you were at home and then trying to procrastinate to the next day. So I like this. It's like vision board part 2, but really doing it in real life. I'm here for it.
Allison, do you like the idea of getting a group of friends together to pay bills?
No, I don't. Like that might be something that works good for like Phoebe and Chandler and Ross and Rachel, but for real life, I don't think so. Because for one, everyone doesn't need to be in everyone's personal business. Maybe I don't want people to know my finances or how many jobs I have. Or
But they might not be
maybe one of
talking
you-
about it. They're just sitting and working together. You know what I mean? It's just more of all of everybody doing it together.
It still just doesn't work for me because people have different types of lifestyles.
Yeah.
Like if you have somebody that's a lawyer, somebody else works overnight, in the emergency room, it's like your lifestyle doesn't work like mine does. So we're going to do things differently. And by the time I finish having a conversation about it, I could have been finished with it. So I just don't like it.
Okay, that's fair. Christina and Eddie, are you each other's accountability partner? Do you guys basically do this, but with each other, turn it into something that's a little more fun rather than being a mundane task that you have to do?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
He said I do it all.
I'm responsible for her.
Yeah, but
Right.
that's what it is.
But I get stuff done by myself. I don't. It's good for people that need it, but for me, I get more stuff done by myself. So,
I get that.
But I like it, but I don't need that accountability. She does, because she take on a lot of stuff, but me, no,
I
don't need
do.
it.
Yeah, I have a long to-do list. So sometimes it's good just to have somebody there and you kind of cheering you on. That's what I said in the comments. Yeah.
I'm like Mickey and she's like Rocky, so I'm just get it done.
I love it.
Cut me, Mick. Cut me. Listen, I do like this,
yeah,
and
there you
honestly,
go. Yeah.
I try. We've tried in the past, my wife and I, to just like schedule a Sunday coffee date where
I
we
love
go through the
that.
calendar, talk about all the things, divide up
Your goals and
responsibilities
planning.
and things like that. And honestly, it takes a little bit of like the fear out of it too,
For
because
sure.
sometimes those taxes and things like that,
makes
it can just be like, you know what,
communication's healthy.
I just don't even want to deal with it, and so I'd rather, it makes it a little
Yeah,
bit
because at the end of the
an
day,
easier
especially
thing.
when you're in a marriage, you're a partnership at that point. So
Yeah, that's my
I think
admin
that's
night.
very healthy.
I don't have any other friends. Who am I kidding? All right.
And
keep
now
the
you're dad,
comments-
you really don't.
Exactly. Keep the comments coming on all of these stories and more. Coming up next, we're going to talk about making movies the Netflix way, plus inviting an ex to a wedding, whether you like that or not. We'll be right back.
She is a cutie.
All right.
Little button.
3, 2.
She's a peanut. All right, welcome back to Do You Like It or Not on this Monday night, the first one back from paternity leave. That's Brittany B on top, for those of you who don't know. This is the part of the show where we like to check those YouTube comments. West Virginia Ben coming in hot. Thank you, as always. All my exes. Fear sounds like a good thing, but I understand people's feelings with the state budget the way it is. Yeah, that is a real thing. I'd give anything to be in John Mellencamp's wooden shack skybox.
That's
all right,
hilarious.
That's a deep cut for those of you who don't know. All right, guys, let's move on and let's talk about Netflix now. We know streaming giants like Netflix have changed the game for Hollywood, but apparently they're also changing the way movies get made. And Matt Damon spelled this out in a recent appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast. Just a warning in case you're watching and there are small ears present. A little bit of salty language here in the beginning of this clip. Take a look.
Experience of watching at home, I think, you know, you're watching in a room, the lights are on, other shit's going on, the kids are running around, the dogs are running around, whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's just a very different level of attention that you're willing to, or that you're able to give to it. And that has a big effect. And it also ends up having an effect, or is starting to have an effect on how you make movies. Like, for instance, Netflix, you know, the standard way to make an action movie that we learned was, you know, you usually have like 3 set pieces, one in the first act, one in the second, and one in the third, and you know, they kind of ramp up, and the big one with all the explosions, and you spend most of your money on that one in the third act. That's your kind of finale. And now they're like, can we get a big one in the first 5 minutes to get somebody? You know, we want people to stay tuned in, and you know, it wouldn't be terrible if you reiterated the plot 3 or 4 times in the dialogue, because people are on their phones while they're watching, you know what I mean?
All right, so for the record, you can catch Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's new Netflix movie. It's called The Rip. It's streaming now.
I gotta watch it. I heard it's good.
So, Brittany, repeating the plot and changing the way you make movies to try to make up for the fact that people are distracted while they watch. Do you like this or not? And now let me just say, I am never going to not encourage people to watch with their phones, because we want you taking part in this show. But when it comes to movies, do you like this or not?
I like this, right? Because I definitely am a series showgirl, because movies and my attention span, it doesn't go together anymore. It just doesn't. I am on my phone, guilty. A lot of times, especially in the beginning, which he's not lying, in the beginning of the movie, I mean, it's usually when you're on your phone and then you kind of, okay, let me see what's going on, because I feel like I missed half the stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So for that reason, I like that they're realizing, look, the way that people, you know, react to things and consume content is very different nowadays, and their attention span is like a millisecond. So we got to kind of adjust. I'm here for it. Maybe I'll watch some more movies now because of this.
Chad, do you like this take? Do you like the idea that movies will be made differently depending on the screen on which you may watch?
So we were talking about this at Zoomer. We couldn't hear the clip, but I watched this today, actually. I was watching them on Rogan this morning, and they were talking about a pay scale. The better the movie does, the more the other people get paid. I didn't see what you're, but as far as a different experience for different screens, I don't think I do like that. Okay. People have, we should
But he's so right with action movies. Usually it's like a slow build and it's like a boom.
Exactly. So in case you couldn't hear the clip, basically he said, you know, basic action movies, they used to be 3 acts and you would save the big budget, you know, action chase scene, whatever it was, for the 3rd act. Now Netflix is giving them notes like, hey, can we have that in the first 5 minutes to keep people's attention? And then you go on to basically say that, can you repeat the plot 3 or 4 times in the dialogue throughout the course of the movie, in case people weren't paying attention in the beginning and they have no idea
terrible.
What's
That's
going
terrible.
on. It's David.
It's the reality.
David, do you like this or not?
I say give it a shot, but I'll say this: they need to make special movies for airplanes, because every single movie I try to see on the airplane, it's so dark. I have no idea what's going on, you know.
So funny.
And but it took me, like, even though it took me like 10 times to watch Tenet and get what's going on, you know, like Hollywood needs to make special movies or something for the airplanes, because you can't see them.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan is probably one of those people who is never going to take that note. He's going to keep making movies the way he wants to.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I teased it, so I'm going to try to get it in real quick. Inviting your ex to a wedding, weird or not. TJ Holmes, Amy Robach, the latest to kind of spark this conversation. They are apparently getting ready to tie the knot. And according to reports, they are planning to invite their exes. People say that it might be just a kind of show, an act. Their exes, for the record, are also now
I was
dating.
going to ask that. Is that official?
Probably not going to attend, even if they get the invite. But do you like the idea of inviting the next to your wedding?
I like it because I think it's healthy in this situation. But outside of a situation like this, I don't like it. I think it's actually toxic. I think it's the opposite. I'm definitely here for, like, if you broke up and you're still friends, or if you broke up and now in this case they're dating each other's exes. Yeah, like, I think it's a healthy thing for sure. But I don't know. If it's not a healthy relationship, then what are you doing inviting your ex?
Allison, we've got less than 30 seconds. Do you like it or not?
Yeah, as long as everybody's being grown, drama-free, no cheating, I don't have a problem with it. It's great.
Yeah.
All right. You can keep the comments coming over on our YouTube page. Thank you to everyone who joined us on my first night back.
Yes.
Thank you, Brittany,
hey,
so
baby
much.
Harper. Hey, Molly.
Now get to bed, all right? And I'll see you when I get home. For Producer Jim, I'm Producer Chris. We'll see you back here at 9 o'clock with Tony P for Live Zone Prime Time.
Look at her.
Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same place.
So
Have a great
cute.
night. Fox 5 News at 8 coming up next here on Fox Local.
Oh my God, that's so